Hello, welcome to Channeling with Teresa. In this video, I'm going to channel the great avatar Paramahansa Yogananda, the author of Autobiography of a Yogi. I highly recommend reading this. It'll change your life as it has changed many, including my own. We're going to talk about how to have a relationship with God. For some of you, it might be beginning a relationship with God. For others, it might be rekindling your relationship with God. And for others, it's how to strengthen your relationship with God. So I'm going to close my eyes and I invite you to do the same. And we're going to think of Paramahansa Yogananda. And here I'm feeling very connected to his consciousness. And he says, "Welcome, my friends. I'm so pleased to be speaking with you today. You are all so dear to me. You may ask, how is this possible that I'm dear to someone who I may know or may not know? But you see, we are all dear to each other. We are all equal children of God. And this is the good news. And this is a big, big message that I have for all of you. And how do we foster and strengthen and have a relationship with God? Let's make this very practical. If you wanted to be friends with someone, what would you do? First, you would try to contact them and reach out to them, give them a call, send them an email, whatever it may be, text them, and you'd want to get in touch with them. And then you'd probably want to set some time aside to be with them. Same thing with God, no different step. Reach out to him. The cool part is that you don't even need to pick up a phone or send a text. All you need to do is just think of him. Think of God. And then do set some time aside to talk with him. Give him everything. Tell him everything. He does not mind it. He doesn't need praise all the time, though it helps us to give God praise because it raises our energy. Tell him about the trying things that are happening in your life too. Here's an example. Go for a walk. It might be your normal route around your neighborhood or some other place that's local, a walk in the nearby park, wherever that place is, that you can kind of just get away from it all and see beautiful things in nature. And in your mind, share your walk with God. Hey, God, thank you for that beautiful sky. Look at it. Oh, God, look over there. Look at the trees changing color. The leaves are orange and yellow. They're so beautiful. Or it could go like this. God, I am so frustrated today. Or it could go like this. God, I'm so angry at you because this event happened. And when it happened, I stopped believing in you. But I want to rekindle our friendship. I want to know you and to trust in you. And I want to know that all that happens in our life is for our highest good. Painful sometimes, yes. Joyful sometimes, yes. And I want to share it all with you. As we all know now in this time, God is not an old man in the sky with a beard who judges us. Here's the definition of God: ever existing, ever conscious, ever new bliss. Bliss is a state beyond happiness, and everybody wants to be happy. Everyone. So everybody wants God. There's so many old definitions that we have of God that may have come from your childhood or other people in your life, your parents. But it's time now. It's time to know God. It's time to change your definition of Him and have your own true, heartfelt relationship with Him. God is also center everywhere, circumference nowhere. God is infinity and beyond. These concepts indeed are hard to understand, but we can understand having a best friend, someone who we can talk to and share everything that's happening in our lives with. And God wants nothing more but to have this deep friendship with you. How can we go about this? Meditation, indeed, is one of the best ways to have a direct experience with God. Praying is a wonderful way to have an experience with God. And going for a walk with Him out in nature, or talking to Him when you're driving in your car, anytime that you have some downtime, is a wonderful way to start your relationship with Him. And He is there, and He is listening, and He understands you more than you understand yourself. Give it a try in these simple ways. And pray to Him. Praying is talking to God. Meditating is listening to God. And it's wonderful when we can achieve the state of doing both. How do you pray to God, you may ask? There are formal prayers, and they might not mean anything to you, or they might work really well for you. But one way to pray to God is just open up your heart and just speak what comes out. Speak your truth. Dear God, I've had a really frustrating day. Can you help me with this? I want to feel better. I want to get over this. Help me right now. Another prayer might be, God, I am so angry at you for this and this and this happening in my life. But help me to rekindle our relationship. Help me to learn to forgive and not blame. Help me to enjoy life, to enjoy this beautiful life that you have given me. Yes, all things do not turn out the way that I want them to. Help me to get over these things so I may be happy and feel your love and your bliss. Whatever comes to mind, just speak from your heart and speak your truth to him. Doesn't have to be anything formal. Address him like you would a dear friend, for that is what he is. These are some easy beginning steps, and these are some easy continuing steps. Of course, it is good to join a church. Personally, I recommend my own church that I started. But there are many good churches and many different ways that people approach the topic of God. Find what works for you, for God is everywhere. There's no one religion better than the other. There's what works for you. That's why there's so many. Depending on your culture and your upbringing, there are many, many paths, but they all lead to the ever new, ever conscious, ever existing bliss, God. With that said, let's move into an experience to have with God. As you know, God has many representatives, and he shows up in all forms. And so let me take you on a little guided meditation. Close your eyes. You can sit in a chair. You don't need to sit cross-legged on the floor. But if that works for you, by all means do that. Feel your feet. Feel the bottom of your feet and see energy going down into the earth. And know that that earth and that flow of energy downward, that's God. And take your energy and your concentration and put it right here at the point between the eyebrows. This is the spiritual eye. This is one of the quickest and fastest ways of putting your attention here at all times to experience more joy and happiness under all circumstances, just by focusing right here. So as we're aware of our grounding energy and our upward third eye energy, I want you to go for a walk, one that is familiar to you, to a place where you often visit. It could be the local park. It could be a path that leads you into nature around your house, wherever it is. Head out on that walk. And as you start walking, start noticing how beautiful things are around you. And share this beauty in your observation with God. See the sky and share how beautiful it is with your friend God. See the green grass growing and the smell of the cut grass and the gentle wind blowing on your face. Share all of this with your friend, just in your mind, of course. And tell him how wonderful and beautiful it all is, and how wonderful the grass smells, and how amazing that soft breeze feels as it caresses your cheek, and how the sun shines onto your face, warming you and your whole body. Share all this with him. And as you continue to walk, you see a place that looks comfortable to sit down. And you sit down there. And you look around again and continue to appreciate all the beauty that surrounds you. And you just take a breath and a big sigh. Here I am. I have some peace and some quiet. And I have God with me. Feel in your heart an opening of the door of your heart, opening wider, wider and wider. And as it opens wider, you feel more loving, more centered, more peaceful, more kind. And as you sit here experiencing this, acknowledge that all these wonderful feelings are God. And from out beyond you, you see an older gentleman walking towards you where you're sitting. He has long dark hair He's quite fit, though older than you are. And he comes to where you are and he asks if he can sit down and join you. Perhaps this may seem a bit odd to you, but you agree. And you look into his face and he looks very wise and very kind, and you trust him. And he looks a little familiar to you, but you can't quite pinpoint it. And he asks you how you're doing, and you say fine, and you ask him how he's doing. And he says he's doing wonderful. And you chit-chat a little bit. And then he looks deep into your eyes and he says, God has a message for you. His message is that he loves you so much, with such unconditional love. You don't have to be anything, act any certain way. He just loves you just the way you are. And he wants to have a relationship with you. He wants you to know him, to know how wonderful he is. And you may believe this with an open heart, or it may seem a little odd to you. Depends on how you're feeling at the moment. And then the man gives you a little slip of paper. And at the same time, he takes his forefinger and he touches it at the point between your eyebrows, at your spiritual eye. And all of a sudden you see this tremendous white flash of light. And with this light comes incredible power and incredible love and incredible energy. And you are so amazed that something like this can happen to you. This incredible flash of pure light. And then you open your eyes to look at the gentleman who is next to you, and he's gone. You don't know where he went. But he left you a slip of paper that he put in your hand. And you turn that paper over. And at the top in print it says, "Be still and know I am God." And under it, in handwriting, there is a message for you. What does it say? And it's such a beautiful message. You take the piece of paper and you hold it dear to your heart. And you treasure this very unusual and very amazing experience. and you take the advice of the paper and you sit still and you listen and you know that God's love and light is right with you right now. And let us be silent for a little bit. You may practice any meditation technique you know, or just sit and be in the stillness. As you go about your week, look for the signs that God has for you. They're there, waiting for you. He knows how to touch your heart and what things will thrill you and what things will get your attention. You just need to pay attention for them. Have a beautiful week. Subscribe below, and we'll see you in the next video.